Welcome to the Whatcom Community College Scholarship Application Walkthrough. Today I'm going to show you a bit about what is needed to apply to our scholarships. First, I'm going to show you how to get to our scholarship page. Currently, there's a banner on the main site due to the application being currently open. You can easily click Apply Now and that will take you to our application site. However, I'm going to show you how to get to the Foundation Scholarship page. Under About WCC in the top banner, you can go down to Foundation or directly down to Apply for Scholarships. Here on the scholarship page, it will tell you more about the current scholarship cycle. Our Apply for Scholarship button is available up top, as well as additional resources in terms of each step of our application process. And you can even read about our stories from our previous scholarship recipients. If you want additional information about scholarships, we have our scholarship FAQ that talks about different steps within our process, anything that is needed, as well as how to get your unofficial transcripts, what happens when you're awarded, etc. We also have our scholarship database. This is a great place to come if you've been awarded and you'd like to learn a bit more about the scholarship you received. This will often tell you about the organization that donated to that scholarship, the history of it, and maybe even some of the donors. We also have our scholarship resources page. This gives you further information to scholarship resources, even ones outside of just the ones available at WCC. Now, if we go back to the main page, we can click the Apply for our scholarship. This is going to take you to AwardSpring. This is our main site for our scholarship application. If you've been an applicant before, you applied in previous years, you can go ahead and sign into your account. However, if you haven't ever signed up for scholarships before on this site, you can go to register. You're going to enter all your info and create an account. When creating an account, please use an email that you are going to have access to for a long period of time. Do not use work emails. Do not use high school emails. Use an email that is a personal email that belongs to you or your Whatcom email. This is what is going to allow you into the site is your email. And if you use an email that has the potential to be deleted or blocked or anything like that, then you will lose access to your account and it will make awarding extremely difficult and you will not have access into your account at that point. I already have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and sign in. Once logged in, you will be taken to the dashboard. Before we jump into the application, I want to make clear that anyone who is going to be a student for the following academic year, fall through that following summer, is available to apply to this application. That means Running Start students, undocumented students, and international students. Any student is available to apply if they are going to be attending Whatcom. So let's jump into it. As you can see, we can click into our apply button. As you can also see, there's a progress bar here. That means that until you click submit, you can come in here and edit your application. You do not have to finish this in one sitting. You can log out and come back in. If anything, I highly recommend that because the essay questions that we'll go over will take some time. So we're going to go ahead and click apply. In our general information, it is exactly how it sounds. This is just very basic information about you as a student. Academic information, this is going to ask about GPA, the major you're intending to take, as well as some other questions about credits and the quarters that you will be in attendance. The questionnaire goes over more specific questions regarding our different scholarships that are available. Some of our scholarships have very general criteria and some of our scholarships have more specific criteria. And that's what this questionnaire is doing. It is figuring out which really specific criteria you fit for some of our scholarships. Under financial information, we have a few additional questions as well as a chance for an essay. We understand that FAFSA doesn't always show an accurate representation of your financial situation, and so we want to give you the chance to further explain your financial need and why a scholarship is really important for your attendance at Whatcom Community College. Next, we have our short answer questions. This is going to be the most important part of your application. The reason for this is the part that our reviewers see and grade your application on. This is how we get to know you as a student and why you're at Whatcom and the struggles that you've either faced, the accomplishments that you've overcome and done, etc. And so we want to see who you are, and this is that opportunity. Now, AwardSpring doesn't have a spell check within its system, so I also highly recommend writing all your answers in a separate document. And then when you're ready to submit, pasting them into each of these boxes and submitting your application. I also recommend going to the Writing Center to get help, and there are going to be office hours with the scholarship specialist for you to attend in the Writing Center to get specific help with our application process. It is really helpful to get a second pair of eyes on all your written responses, so definitely take the time to do that. Next, we have the recommendation. The recommendation is an external request to a teacher, a friend, a boss, a coworker, a family member to submit a recommendation on your behalf talking about your character and your accomplishments. We highly recommend you asking someone to do this portion of the application that's close to you and is very likely to respond to the request. Students do not get penalized on their recommendation if someone does not respond to the recommendation and doesn't fill it out. However, it really does help students in their application process if they have this submitted when we go to review the application. It can help the reviewers see a more well-rounded version of the student, get additional details that help them decide where they score within the rest of the applicants. So again, not having a recommender will not harm your application. However, it will really help. Finally, the conclusion, this is just agreeing to the terms of our scholarship. Once you do this, you can go ahead and click submit application, and then you're done. And if you go to your dashboard, this will change. It will show that you've completed it and that we are waiting for next steps. Again, if you are logging out, logging back in, it will your progress bar will show wherever you are at within the application, and you can go back in to apply and edit your application. But once you click submit, you are done, and you just have to wait to hopefully be awarded. Good luck.